what, though? I gotta clean this goddamn fan out. Did you go to Sam's for gas? What was it over there? 267. No wonder why Lily keeps hitting it. And then you never used any of those points, did you?
No.
Good morning, everybody. Hello. Tap the screen, please. Morning, John. Come on, Clyde.
$127.07.
Does it say when it expires?
No, because it doesn't expire.
Okay.
Like it'll go to the next year, which is in May, and then like it'll force you to use it at some point.
Well, I mean, that's a decent little chunk right there, I guess. And we never used it for Christmas, so we're ahead of the game. Did you hear about the Epstein photos? I did. I heard about them and I saw them. And I'm not surprised by who's in them. And I am surprised because in one of them, it's Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, Bill Clinton, and then Jimmy Buffett and his wife. Yes, the Epstein photos, Kara. House Congressional Democrats released a few never before seen photos from the Epstein estate yesterday. One shows Trump with a bunch of women who, apparently young women who have all of their faces blacked out because I guess they're victims of what happened with Epstein. And then some photos of Trump and Epstein together, and then the one, like I said, with Bill Clinton and Epstein and Jimmy Buffett, and a few others. One of them was a Trump condom. Puerto Rico, hello. Trump was in them, yes. Making cranberry bread here for friends while listening. Have you ever tried cranberry bread? No. But that doesn't surprise me that I haven't tried it. I don't like fruits and like carrot cake. I don't want, you know what I mean?
Have you ever tried carrot cake?
Yes.
When?
A million times over the
Ethel?
stores, family. I've had carrot cake a bunch of times. It's trash. Every time I want to like it, and it just turns into trash.
Because you like banana bread.
Yes, I do. Is Darren Bailey going next year? Going what? Is he going to run? Yeah. Is he going to win? No. Kane County. Hello. How are you? Does Renee hate Malort? Renee has never had Malort. And I don't think she's ever going to.
No, you know why? Because I feel like this is something that somebody made up and nobody told me.
It's a real thing.
How is it that I've lived here my whole entire life I was brought home to.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
lived my first 20 some odd years.
You lived a sheltered life. Hey, Malort, doing a Malort shot in Chicago has been a thing.
Literally, my
For
parents were bartenders and servers.
then they did you a disservice. Does your mom know about Malort? You have never asked her, have you?
No, because.
I guarantee you your dad does.
Oh, well, let me call my dad.
I don't, we're not calling Pops, but
Do that on live.
are you a professor or ever been a professor? I never fucking graduated high school, man. My thoughts on Charlie Kirk. He was an abhorrent piece of shit. Yes, the It's Huge Trump condoms. The photos of those were released in the Epstein photo dump. The Republicans are saying that the Democrats are cherry picking the photos coming out. Well, there are Republicans on the committee as well. They can release the photos that they want released. Funny, none of them are. Yes, I did hear that Mike Lindell is running for governor of Minnesota. He's going to lose. I don't know if anybody has put together a collective download. I'm sure somebody has. Are you in a safe space? What does that even mean? I'm in my office. You had a Malort on your 21st. You're currently 47. That's how long it's been since you've had a shot of Malort. That's understandable. As a professor, now I can't unsee Tom as a mad scientist in a lab coat with a joint. There you go. Could the files kill Trump's career? I'm standing by. I think that's what the Republicans are going to use to try to rid themselves of him. Since he can't run for election anymore, he is a drag on the party right now. He's probably going to cost some seats in the midterm. This could be what they use to be like, well, we couldn't tolerate that. We liked his policies, but we had to get rid of him there. And then they could say they're the party that got rid of Trump. It's not. You can't wash that stain off. Thank you very much, Scott R. Yeah, there's the key thing right there. If you want to claim cherry picking, then just go ahead and release everything. Republicans, just release it all, 100% of it. Put it out there. Then nothing's cherry picked. Hey, Clyde. Okay, don't hit my fan. And careful, I got my heater going here. No, I have not, Frog. Thoughts on J.D. Vance? He's an opportunistic sack of shit. J.D. Vance said Trump was America's Hitler. He said he was going to have to hold his nose and vote for the Democrat if Trump was the nominee. He said he was a never Trump guy. He spoke his truth about Trump when Trump ran the first time. But because Trump has such a grip over 35 to 40% of the voting base of the Republicans, Tom, that's a minority. Doesn't matter. It's enough to fuck up anybody's chances if they turn on you within the Republican Party. Because he's got such a grip of that minority of the far right-wing voting base, J.D. Vance did what they all did. He fell in line. He fell in line, and he used Trump for what he wanted to get out of him. They all spoke negative. Ted Cruz, J.D. Vance, Lindsey Graham, the women that were press secretaries for Donald Trump, they have all spoken about how much of a piece of shit he is. Even Pete Hegseth, the current Secretary of Defense, talked about how Donald Trump was committing war crimes in his first term on Fox News. But they're all using him to get what they want. See, Marco Rubio hated Donald Trump. Still does, guarantee it. But now he doesn't get to end his political career by saying he was a senator. He gets to end his political career by being forever known as Secretary Rubio because he was Secretary of State. Those cabinet level positions carry a lot of fucking lifetime perks. Fat fucking pension, paid health care. You finished your career a little higher up on the rung than senator. So they're all using Trump. And then when Trump is no longer useful, they'll all turn their back on Trump and say, we never really liked him as a person. We just liked his policies. And they'll try and cover their own asses. I'm not talking about the idiot at the end of the bar in your hometown. He's forever going to be on the Trump train. That dumb fuck that's in your hometown with 17 different fucking Trump hats and a Trump fucking bumper sticker, and he still has Trump 2024 lawn sign. That idiot is always going to be a Trumper. The ones that are actually in office, they know how to cover their ass, or at least try to. The American public deserves to have the exact same health care as Congress.
Nope, you gotta get.
Yeah, I did a video about healthcare and Rand Paul yesterday. I think it's going to be up either today or tomorrow. Here, Rand Paul did a video talking about how if you're and he literally said if you're a landscaper, if you're a landscaper and you have 2 or 3 employees, or you're a plumber and you have 2 or 3 employees, you can't get as good of a rate as some of the big corporations. So why not let Costco sell health insurance plans that they can negotiate on behalf of the 44 million Costco members? Okay, cool. You're almost there, Rand Paul. Now do it for 340 million people. If more people in the pool means we get a better fucking chance at the best humanly possible price, then let's universal health care. Let's not bring 44 million people to the table. Let's bring 344 million people. Or 240, whatever the fuck the population of the United States is. Can somebody Google that right quick? I don't even know what the population is. I am not Gandalf. I am Santifa. Thank you very much. 360 million. Okay. Finland, hello. Is it possible for the Heritage Foundation to be held accountable? I don't know how you could hold a think tank accountable for things that other people did. Um, yeah, I don't know. Watchdog, I get messages from every app with emails. I get messages in Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, and they just keep coming and coming and coming. It's not anything personal. If I don't get back to yours, there are a lot of them.
He doesn't answer mine.
Yeah, I don't even answer the ones she sends me. I watch them, but I don't. I don't stop and reply.
Never.
Was Bill Gates being in the photos surprising? His name has been tossed around a lot in connection with Epstein's world. So no, it doesn't surprise me. Um, do I think Bill Gates is one of the people that trafficked in children? I don't know. I tend to lean towards no. Um, Here's the thing: when you don't have any indication of pedophilic behavior from any of these people, then you you can reasonably think the many people that knew him through the fact that he was in all of the right circles, right? But then you see certain people that are involved in it, and you go, oh, that motherfucker has shown some tendencies over the years. Bill Clinton being one of them, Donald Trump being one of them. Both of those men have shown that they are willing to probably do things that would make your fucking skin crawl. Gates, maybe. Jimmy Buffett? I mean, I guess you never know about anybody, but I don't know.
I don't think you know about anybody, but also it's really hard to imagine that Rumors would not have been flying previous.
About Buffett.
Yes.
You're right, and that's the thing is rumors have flown about Bill Clinton. Rumors have flown about Trump.
So none of those are shocking. They're gross, but none of them are shocking. Buffett and what's his name?
Gates.
Yeah, that's like, ooh, well, so first I'm hearing about it doesn't mean it's not true. It's just,
Hey, Anwan here with no profile picture says that I look like a guy who hangs out at a strip club during the day. Would you like to tell folks where I am during the day?
working, so I don't have to.
I'm here in my office during the day, man. If I can avoid it, I don't even like to go outside of the fucking house on most days. And when it's nice outside, I like to go out on my deck, burn one out there maybe, check out the garden, do some harvesting. My office is here, her office is across the hall. We both work right here from home creating content, so no. I thought you were extroverted. I am extroverted, but I also love being in my spot, in my home, in my, our escape from the world. I love, if it wasn't so fucking hot 3 months out of the year, I'd spend more time on the fucking deck.
I think now that we're getting older,
It'll be slightly better, but also we're going to put one of those canopies up, right? Yeah.
yeah, once we have some shade out here, then I could see us spending some time. More.
Do you think pigeons are a secret alien race? 19 question marks. Seriously. No, I don't. What makes you think they might be? I assume Burn One and the garden refers to Gigglebush. Burn One does, but no, we actually have a garden. And so during the summer, I like to get outside and go through the garden. And now we're gonna put in more raised gardens that are 4 feet tall, so it'll be easier for us to access them from a higher height. As we head into the older parts of our lives, Sherry, hello. So no, when I say I want to step out on the deck and burn one when it's nice out, I mean step out on the deck and smoke a joint. When I say I want to go outside and check the garden, I mean I want to go outside and actually check the garden, because we grow all kinds of shit: tomatoes, various types of tomatoes, cucumbers. We grow lettuce and cauliflower and broccoli and jalapenos and bell peppers, all kinds of potatoes. You're stealing Gigglebush? You've never heard of Gigglebush before? When I'm done with this live, it gets archived on my page. Whenever I do a live, it gets saved on my page in the form of a video, and you can go back and you can watch all of the old lives. So you can go back and watch this one too. And when you want to go back and watch this portion of it, and we're at the 19-minute mark of the live, you can go back and you can say, okay, so you stealing Gigglebush, here are some more. Jazz cabbage, broccoli wand, the Lord's lettuce, reefer, 420, the sticky icky, the illy, grass, herb, obviously, the devil's lettuce. Come on. A handful of ways you could call it. So, do you get paid more on TikTok or YouTube? Well, we make enough money on YouTube to support the entire family, and I don't make a fucking dime on TikTok. So, that would be YouTube for sure. And when I say I don't make a dime, if I put effort into the TikTok shop, then I can make money off the TikTok shop. I've had some success with the TikTok shop. That's not a bad way to go to make some money. I haven't been doing TikTok shop videos because I've been concentrating on the content that is bringing in the money. I do need to do some TikTok shop videos in the new year.
No, you don't.
What's up, Clyde? Why not?
Because people don't like it.
The Beatniks called it tea. Mike Tyson says he talks to pigeons with telepathy. What? Do you believe him? No. What are your thoughts on libs of TikTok? Those fucking people are nuts. Will you take a break over Christmas? Um, I know. I mean, my schedule will alter, and like Christmas Day, there'll probably only be there. No, there will only be one video released, but a Merry Christmas video. But it's just alter the schedule. That's all. Like I'm not going to take a week off of work. Do I think Marjorie Taylor Greene will fall back in line with Trump? No, I don't. She's done on January 6th. And currently, she's trying to garner 9 Republicans to back her in the House of Representatives before she leaves to oust Speaker McCarthy. She already ousted Speaker McCarthy once, or she was part of that movement. Speaker Johnson. Her last move out the door, she wants it to be his removal. And that's her saying it, not us. I mean, she's doing it right now. Green is running for higher office. No one is fooled. She might be. Then again, she might not be. Marjorie Taylor Greene still has a very profitable and lucrative construction company in Rome, Georgia. It's a construction company her father started and then she took it over. And then when she went to Congress, her net worth exploded. She's January 6th, she's walking out the door with a net worth of $44 million and a lifetime pension from the federal government. Maybe she does. Maybe she's just going to be content with making noise.
Hey, you need to do that.
Run for office?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, I want the pension.
40 so she's got over $40 million. She still owns a very lucrative construction company, and she has a lifetime pension from the federal government. She's hated by a significant chunk of Trump's base now. Why run for anything? Why don't fucking go back to Rome, Georgia, do interviews from time to time, and fucking live high on the hog. It is currently Satan's sack cold here in this area. That's the way I'm going to describe it. So I have my little space heater on the floor, kicking at 75 degrees, and I got my dog laying on the carpet next to me. Just need a roaring fireplace.
Oh, you're not gonna stay for the rest of the day. Did you?
Yes, Douglas. Yeah. Satan's sack is cold. I don't know. I'm guessing. It's 52 degrees here, unseasonably warm.
Can you give me about 10 minutes?
It's like 19 degrees here, and tomorrow it's going to be 8.
Your son's done.
Do you need me to go get him?
No, I'll go.
Why is he done so quickly?
He's done. So, it's not a big deal.
Is he quitting on them?
No.
Okay.
It's because the way that Beta Club is, it had it broken down into sections. But we didn't actually sign up for Beta Club. Sign up. He did it for them. You see what it? And
Yeah.
he's like, so I'm done. And I was like, did you talk to her? And he's she's like, yeah, she said it was fine. Okay, right, because you went up to her and said, is it okay if I leave? And she went, yeah, go ahead, right?
Probably.
I'm not gonna, he also did 3 hours yesterday, so I can't, like,
Yeah.
he's done 5 hours, so what?
He thinks you're yelling at me. Clyde.
Well,
Calling for negative temps over. Do you have thoughts on Youngblood? I don't know who that is. I'll take that as a no. Laugh at my. Do you take what as a no? What did I miss? What did I miss? A whole bunch of conversation apparently. Good morning, everyone, from 40-degree barbecue weather.
oh, that's nice.
It is 40 degrees. Would be 40 degrees. The fucking window would be open if we had 40 degrees right now, which is weird to say, but it would be. It wouldn't be all the way open, but cracked. How did Trump run again after January 6th? He has no fucking shame. That's how. Chicago deep dish isn't even good for dinner, let alone breakfast. What about this Venezuela? You like it how Republicans are using the same language about going to war in Venezuela that did it with Iraq? Yes. We are going to war in South America probably for a prolonged period of time. I used to always be warm, but now I'm always cold. We're definitely colder. That's for sure. We are definitely colder than we were. We are not quite to the point where our parents were / are. You know, like fucking 74 in the house. The heat on in June.
Sir,
What?
do you remember what you had the heat on yesterday?
That's the space heater.
Right.
I don't do the whole house that way. I do the little room I'm in that way. War for oil is getting tired. This one's going to be a war for oil and lithium. Here's the fucked up part about this. Until we discovered our another child, our oldest was Maggie. Maggie has never known an America not at war up until we got out of Afghanistan, and that's only been a couple of years, right? Now we're going to go into Venezuela, and they're doing the same thing that they did going into Iraq and Afghanistan, as they are going into Venezuela. And now she's going to have a kid. That kid's not going to know a world without be a United States without being at war until it's in its 20s. You know. We don't know the sex. We don't know if it's going to be a female or a male. We don't know if it's a boy or a girl. So right now it's an it. Any chance Mexico or Colombia jumps into this fight? Possibly. I mean, you could see any number of Latin America countries jumping into this fight. ICE, there is still some presence of ICE in Chicago, but I think that that's slowed down. What's your take on psychedelics? Man, it's been a minute, but I used to like them back in the day. Could Trump be arrested for this? Not while he's president. Your son and my niece have no idea what it's like to live in the world of politics without Donald Trump. Yeah, he's 14 years old. The last 10 years has been Trump in politics. They only know Trump as a fucking politician. They don't know Trump from all of the fucking decades he was Trump. Chim chimmery, chim chimmery, chim chimmery. Sorry, I have to put my English muffin plate over here since I'm done with that. Americans have a scary short memory? No shit. Tell me about it. Fucking insane. It is insane that my granddaughters are going to have to fight for their reproductive rights the way my grandmothers did. Didn't last that long, did it? There is a part of me that says if we didn't have kids around us and we didn't have in-laws around us because of how I make my money now, fuck it, just get up. Let's go to Costa Rica. Let's go to Jamaica. Let's go some fucking where. And then there's another part of me that's like, no, fuck that. This is my country. I'm not fucking going anywhere. I love Chicago. I love America. And we do have kids and in-laws around us. And I don't want to go anywhere. I want to be around my family. Just, god damn, man. Can we stop fucking electing fascists? I mean, because we keep getting further and further and further and further right. And sooner or later, one of these motherfuckers is just not going to leave office. Reagan started going far right. And we thought we brought it back to the middle with Bill Clinton. And they went, Bill Clinton, this fucking guy, this goddamn communist. And so they went even further right than Reagan with W. And so then we thought we brought it back to the middle with fucking, with Obama. And then they went ape shit and brought in Trump. It keeps going further and further right. It keeps getting further and further into the fascism. And sooner or later, there's going to be a fascist that isn't going to leave. He's not going to get his ballroom. I know he's being sued and construction has been halted. Here's my opinion on the ballroom. Whether he gets it or he doesn't get it, I'm going to vote for whoever promises to tear that fucking ballroom down and put that wing back the way it was. Tom, that would be a tremendous waste of money. Don't care. We've wasted money on way worse shit. You tell me that if elected, you're going to tear that fucking ballroom down and put that wing, the east wing, back the way it was? You got my vote. You're not going down without a fight. Amen. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Get this fucking nation back to where it was. Tom, will this nightmare end? What is this? Why do Republicans hate the LGBTQ plus community? I don't know. I mean, they're so fervently anti-abortion, yet they are dead set opposed to the people who are almost guaranteed to never have an abortion. Hey, people that want families, it just doesn't, and they're all, the family party. It doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't make any sense to me. Gay marriage is like one of the biggest no-brainers there is. Okay, I don't agree with the pro-life people, but I understand that they think they have an argument. Life starts at conception. That's a human being. It's not. It's an embryo. It's a fetus. But I understand they think they have an argument. Gay marriage is the biggest no-brainer of all time. It doesn't why? Why does it matter to you? Why do you care? Who the fuck is bothered? How does Bill and Steve getting married affect you in any way, shape, or form? How does Jill and Angie getting married affect you in any way, shape, or form? How does Bill, Angie, and Jennifer getting married affect you in any fucking way whatsoever? It doesn't. So why the fuck do you care? As long as everybody's a consenting adult, nobody's getting harmed, why the fuck do you give a shit? Gay marriage is the dumbest social media wedge issue in the history of dumbass social media wedge issues. It doesn't affect you. Well, it soils the sanctity of my marriage. How? Are you honestly telling me in your eyes, your marriage to your spouse means less in your eyes if somebody of the same sex is also allowed to get married? That that's not a sullying of your marriage. It is not. It is not nullifying your marriage. It is not lessening your marriage. You're the one doing that. You're doing that. You're saying because somebody else that you don't like can do what you are able to do, your marriage means less to you. It doesn't mean less to us. We still view you as in a loving, committed marriage, a marriage to your spouse, your partner, whatever the fuck it is you want to call them these days. Don't give a shit. The people that you say are sullying your marriage look at your marriage as if it's true and loving, but you can't look at theirs the same way. It makes no fucking sense to me. We can have an argument about abortion, right? We can have an argument about so many different things. We can have an argument about the various wedge issues, but when it comes to gay marriage, it doesn't make any fucking sense. It's the dumbest argument ever. Those people can't be married. Those people can't teach our children. Those people can't read books in libraries to our kids. Those people that you should use that's the other one. You should use the bathroom that you were assigned at birth. If everybody actually did that, conservatives would lose their fucking minds over who's in the bathroom with them. Not to mention the fact, why the fuck do you people continue to have sexual thoughts in a public restroom? I've never once walked into a public restroom and went, I wonder who's in here I can fuck. Never. In my 53, almost 54 years of sullying this planet with the imprint of my foot, I have never had a sexual thought in a fucking public bathroom. But for some reason, that's all conservatives think about when they're in a bathroom. It's fucking mind-blowing. We need to be checking some fucking hard drives. Oh my God. Can we agree that if collectively we are going to pitch in for one of those billionaire rocket ships and we're going to load it with people that we hate and launch them off of this fucking planet and onto another fucking planet, that we reserve at least one seat for Nancy Mace, since we're talking about this particular subject? Nancy Mace is so goddamn offended by trans people, it makes her fucking skin crawl. She is so goddamn offended by trans people that she cannot fucking think straight. She needs to make up injuries and situations that never happened in order to justify her hatred of trans people. It is fucking ridiculous. Yeah, trans people, right? If they saw some of the trans men in this world walking into the women's bathroom behind their wife or daughter at the local Target because everybody needed to use the bathroom that they were assigned at birth. If they saw some of these women that transitioned to trans men that you couldn't fucking tell for one fucking second was a goddamn woman when they were born. If they saw some of these fucking men walking into the bathroom behind their wives, they would have a fucking conniption fit. They would blow a gasket. They'd get a manager or walk in there and worse off, fucking hit the guy. Hey, Tom, did Trump take away your EBT card? Nope. Haven't ever had an EBT card, as a matter of fact. Joseph Hyperinflation Biden. Inflation's up since January, champ. They don't want options available to their own kids, so they keep perfection they run realistically hold. Seems such regretting they have another option. What's for lunch? I think a turkey sandwich. We got some nice turkey from the deli and a couple of rolls, little pepper jack cheese. Yeah. Oh, Steve's gone. That's a shame. That's a goddamn shame. You're making biscuits and gravy. Oh my god, that's so vile. If I ever had to eat biscuits and gravy again, I think I would become as flexible as my dog and lick my own ass in order to get the fucking taste out of my mouth. Oh god, biscuits and gravy is so utterly fucking disgusting. Ate that shit religiously as a kid, fucking left and right growing up as a kid. If I never have another biscuits and gravy in my fucking life, I will die a happy motherfucker. Oh, God. That is putrid slop not suitable for death row inmates. It is heinous. It should be considered a Geneva Convention war crime. It's fucking horrendous. I grew up going to my grandparents' farm in southern Indiana for the summers, and it was biscuits and gravy. Homemade biscuits, homemade sausage gravy every fucking time you fucking turned around. It was biscuits and gravy, and if they weren't having biscuits, my grandmother said, "I'm not making biscuits and gravy. I'm making French toast and eggs today." My grandfather quite literally would look at me and my father and go, "All right, get in the car. We're going down to a little restaurant down at the corner for some biscuits and gravy," and that's what the fuck we did. And I have eaten my body weight times fucking 10 in biscuits and gravy over the course of my life, and I'll never put that slop in my mouth again, ever. Not as long as I fucking live. It's I. Ugh. I'm not giving up smoking weed. Thank you, though. Did you ever like it? I mean, when I was a kid, I did for a minute. I mean, no, yeah, can't do it. Can't. I can't. No. There's something else that my family made in southern Indiana that I can't handle anymore either. And that is like I don't know what it's called, but it's like it's big chunks of white chicken meat cooked in a pan with, and then there's big fat flat noodles like pasta noodles with just fucking the heaviest butter sauce you have ever fucking had in your life. And then the chunks of chicken are mixed in with that. And so you slap that on your fucking plate. And then usually there's like biscuits, homemade biscuits, like for biscuits and gravy, made a bowl of those. And then, some type of green vegetable on the table. And that, it slides down your throat and then just sits in your gut like a fucking stone. Bring back government cheese. Government cheese was the shit. Buttermilk blueberry pancakes with bacon tonight. Right on. And that's not a stroganoff. Muffin, egg, and bacon can't be beat. Yeah, I'm not a breakfast guy to begin with. I don't. But if I'm gonna eat breakfast, I prefer French toast, some extra crispy strips of bacon, and a couple of sausage patties. I'll eat links, but I prefer patties. Glass of orange juice, or stack of pancakes, some sausage patties, big old glass of milk, something like that. But I don't really dig on eggs too much. Uh, And I'm not into like hash browns or you know, like skillets. I don't do skillets. If that makes sense. Bacon, egg, and cheese on toast with sriracha. Take the egg off, and I'm down. Favorite cereal? It's probably still Frosted Flakes or Cinnamon Toast Crunch. But I fucking love cereal. Frosted Flakes, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Honey Grahams, Smack'ems, the Diggum Pops, Cheerios, and the Monster cereals at Halloween, mini shredded wheats, the Reese's Puff cereal, the fucking Lucky Charms cereal, the Fruity Pebble cereal, all of that. Love it. Fucking love cereal. Fucking love cereal. I'll tell you something. When you're fucking 22 years old and high as a fucking kite, you can get your hands on a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch with some ice cold milk in it. Oh, not on. Are you kidding me? You give me that at 22 years old while I'm high as a kite, you can cut glass with my nips. Yeah, we have the generic brand Lucky Charms in house. It's very good. Apple Jacks, another one, yes. Do I think Republicans are pedophiles? Not every Republican, but I think that the Republican Party attracts, protects, and has more pedophiles in its ranks than probably any other organization in the country, and that includes the Catholic Church. The Republican Party is actively fighting against bills in over a dozen states that would ban child marriage, where it's currently legal to marry like a 15-year-old girl, a 14-year-old girl. There are efforts in states across the country to get those measures banned, to say you cannot marry a child, and they're not going through because Republicans are stopping it. Apple Jacks were the shit. Yes, Tricks, haven't had Tricks in a hot minute. And then you have Fruit Loops, obviously, which is just a different colored version of Apple Jacks. Captain Crunch, yes. Crunch Berries, yes. No, no Raisin Bran and no chocolate cereal for me, and no Grape Nuts. Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's great. I was just telling them don't be talking shit about people because they're on the line.
What's up, homie? Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. It's not as long as you thought.
No, what was it? Near the, I got 3 kids done, like gifting and wrapping and stuff.
You rapped?
I wrapped because there was 35 kids with 14 people wrapping.
So, do you know how to wrap a gift?
It wasn't like paper wrapping.
Oh,
It
okay.
was just like put it in a bag, staple it shut, and put the name on it.
Gotcha.
It was wrapping you could get done in 30 seconds. So
Gotcha. I see you're still hanging on to the not tying your right shoe.
that wasn't on purpose. I didn't even notice it.
I know, but it's not on purpose like every day. All right, find out what you're going to wear to your aunt's house later on tonight, and you can chill and play your video game for a hot minute. You know, it would help if you took him into your room because he just wants to go into your room and cuddle with you. But I understand you're having, spatial issues.
I like to be alone sometimes, but not alone.
Come on,
all the
Clyde.
time.
Come on, Clyde. Let him go to his room.
Show like the Clyde.
Huh?
Show the light.
Yeah, I have.
Oh,
Bran flakes? Pass. Yeah, like Wheaties and shit? Pass. What do I think of Jasmine Crockett? I think that she probably just set her career back substantially because she's not going to win the Senate seat in the state of Texas. She'll probably be the Democratic nominee, but she's not going to win that seat. Can you adopt me? No. Hello from between Peoria and Springfield. Hello. Fruity Pebbles rocks. I love Fruity Pebbles. Could Trump be kicked out of the White House? Yes. Can Trump run 3 times? He can't be elected 3 times. He can run for whatever the fuck he wants to run for in 2028. He cannot be elected president. Hamburger, gravy, and biscuits? That sounds vile. Kay Ivy's another one that I think needs to go. As a Brit, I say get Miss Crockett in the White House. She has more balls than any Trump supporter. Okay, I'm going to tell you something right now. This country has just shown you in the last decade that it is not ready to elect a woman. It's disgusting that is the case, but that's the case. The 2 most qualified candidates for president in my lifetime happen to be the only 2 women at the top of the ticket. And this country still voted for that pedophilic piece of shit over them. It's a harsh reality, but the country is not ready yet. Furthermore, she's not even going to win her Senate seat. She is a progressive black woman running for a statewide office in Texas. They wouldn't elect Beto O'Rourke. They're not going to elect her. She'll have a good showing. The poll numbers will look good. She'll be within striking distance, just like the last couple of Democratic nominees have been. She is not winning that fucking seat. I will be stunned if she does. Hope she does. It'd be awesome if she did. She's not gonna. Them boys in the pickup trucks out there in the ranches and the farms out there in the middle of nowhere, they may not come into town for a whole lot, but when it comes down to voting and they look and see that there's a progressive black woman that has a chance to win and represent them in the U.S. Senate, oh, they're going to show up, and they are not going to vote for her. Closet culture? Exactly. Yes, the journey of 1,000 miles does start with a step, and I understand that. And Hillary made that step, and Kamala Harris made that step, but Michelle Obama, when she was asked, when she was talking about it here recently in the last couple of weeks, I think, she was accurate. She said, "Don't waste my fucking time." And she did obviously say "fuck it," but she said, "Don't waste my time. This country is not ready to elect a woman. So don't tell me to go run on the Democratic ticket because you're not going to elect me either." And unfortunately, that's where it's at. Not enough baby boomers have died off for that to become a reality. Redneck, thank you very much for the donation. Appreciate that. If Ken Paxton wins the representative ticket, Texas is able to be flipped, but not with her. Correct. Texas would be able to be flipped if Paxton was the Republican nominee. But yes, not with her. And not with Beto O'Rourke. Could be with that Talico, I think is his name. Could be. Maybe. What'd you say, Renee? I made 3 today. I don't know if there's a couple of shorts and a video, or a couple of videos and a short. So, but a total of 3 that are going to be coming over.
Well, yeah, I just got one that came over.
Okay, yeah, like I said, it's going to take them a minute to go through the workflow on Repurpose. Do you think the blue cities could ever turn Texas blue? It would have to be an extraordinarily moderate Democratic candidate. It's Texas, man. And it's not like Illinois where we got a bunch of rural areas, but they don't come close to matching the population of the one big urban area, Chicago. Yeah, you got a handful of cities. You got Dallas, you got San Antonio, you got El Paso, you got Houston. But Texas is so fucking huge that the rural area makes Texas red. Tom, your opinion of potential Democratic candidate for 28 for president. Let's get through the fucking midterms first. Listen, our country does not want to check tourists' social media history. Donald Trump does, and it's causing some problems. The tourism is seizing in this country right now. Seizing. They want 5 years of your social media history. They want the email addresses that you've used for the last 5 years. And as a result, nobody's coming to the United States of America anymore. Which means two things. Our economy is going to take a big fucking hit, and a lot of businesses that rely on tourism in those touristy spots are going to suffer. And from an internal standpoint, it means that we will probably be able to get, better deals on domestic trips, but it doesn't help the fucking economy. Yeah, we are going to shut down. We're going to become an isolated country. Nobody wants to visit here. Nobody wants to do business here. Yes, Denmark recently declared the U.S. a security risk. Denmark now has the United States listed along with China and Russia as a threat to their sovereignty. Denmark. That's where we are. You're right, Clyde. Redneck, thank you very much for the donation again. That social media rule will also be 2 U.S. citizens entering sooner or later. Is that right, Clyde? Hi, Gene. Come here. Where's your good boy? There's your good boy. There's your good boy. Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? It's a good boy. Yes, Denmark did that because of Greenland, because Donald Trump threatened to invade Greenland. It's fucking insane. He wants a Nobel Peace Prize so badly, yet we've already hit Iran. We've threatened to occupy Palestine. We've threatened to invade Denmark. We've threatened to military action inside of Mexico. We've threatened to invade Panama. We can't end the Ukraine-Russian war, and now we're seizing oil tankers and blowing boats up off the coast of Venezuela before we ultimately end up going in there. Yeah, that's all warranted, and we changed it to the Department of War instead of the Department of Defense. All, the trappings of somebody who obviously deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. Right, Clyde? Do you want a chip? No chip. I get you a chip. Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, that's a good one. Everything pretzel crisps. Give you the cotton mouth. Maybe go get some water. Of course, there's the Canada thing too, yeah. Florida what? is batshit crazy and been that way for a long time. No shit. Florida is America's drunk uncle. Yes, Redneck, thank you for the donation again. Trump did get the FIFA Peace Prize. A made up Peace Prize. That's what happens when you can't get a real one. They are great for the munchies. They're from this company called Snack Factory, I guess. The Everything Deli Style Pretzel Crisps. Yeah, and I snack on them from time to time here. But like my snacks go in spurts. I'll snack on these for a month. And then I'll switch over to, like yeah. Then I'll switch over to like Tostitos and cheese dip for a minute. And then I'll go back to Buffalo Pretzel Bites, and I'll do that for like 3-4 weeks. But I'll go and
6 months, Tom.
what?
It's like 6 months, not 3 or 4 weeks.
Smart food popcorn. Popcorn's okay. I don't know. I think I might have had smart food popcorn, but like I wouldn't sit here with a bowl of popcorn during the day like these snacks. Interesting, ray gun. Where'd you get the name President Ray Gun, if you don't mind me asking? The Buffalo Wing Pretzel Crisp? How much of a kick does it have to it? Like if you're sitting there snacking on it for a few minutes, is that going to be a hell of a buildup? Your munchies are sushi and lime tortilla chips with guac. Puerto Rico is awesome. Never had any trouble. Great people. You said Georgia is turning blue. Are there any other states that you see turning blue? No, not right now. I don't. I mean, the population around Atlanta is what's helping turn Georgia blue. It's why Georgia has 2 Democratic senators. But keep in mind, Ohio used to be blue, and then now it's solidly red, right? So the next one that could be blue would maybe be Arizona. Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, they always swing back and forth. Nevada swings back and forth. I mean, Obama won Florida twice. Salt and vinegar rice cakes. Ugh. You're pretty tolerant to heat or intolerant to heat. Got it. Black Ops Zombies. It's a gamer tag with references. Gotcha. I didn't know if it had anything to do with the band Naked Ray Gun. Answering machine. Last one every 2 weeks. Do you play bass? No. They ran all the good teachers away from teaching and replaced them with unqualified people. What do you believe will happen in the midterms, Tom? What do I believe will happen? I don't know, because I got to see the candidates. What do I want to see happen? I want to see a blue wave, obviously. And it's one of those midterms where it's set up to be that. We got to see who the fucking candidates are. Iron Claw? No, can't say as I do. The Garbage Pail Kids. Okay. What is that, Watchdog? I don't understand what that is. Life 360 says, bring your people closer for the holidays. Time to build a holiday circle. We got enough fucking circles.
Diane circle.
I am not in Diane's circle. Bill banning dual. Oh, I don't like it. What's up, Clyde? What do you have? Oh, we have a. What do we have? Do we have a penguin? Do we? Do we have a penguin? Let me see. Let me see. What do we have? You got a penguin. You got a penguin. Where did you find your penguin from? Did you get it out of the pit of toys? Clyde. Clyde Eugene. I got your penguin. I got your penguin. I got your penguin. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Okay, here, you can have it back. I won't make you run for it. Getting old. Do you think Trump will try to do something to stop elections in 2028? I think he'll try and do something to stop elections in 2026. I would love to know why Ohio went from historically being solidly blue to being solidly red. Are you testing out your pickup lines on the chat? This motherfucker says, "Are you a campfire? 'Cause you're smoking hot." Somebody doesn't know how to use the right. Your. What the hell are those, John? What the fuck is that? Jesus Christ, am I getting old? Thanks for doing what you do. Don't always agree. Mainly when to decorate for Christmas. It feels like Christmas came very, very early, which is why I wanted to put up the decorations early. It felt like it. I said it felt like it. Like there wasn't enough time between Thanksgiving and Christmas. What the fuck is that thing on Trump's hand? I have no idea. The official White House story as to why Trump's hands are continuously bruised and bandaged is that he's constantly shaking hands with people all day. And if you believe that, then my wife and I have some real estate we'd like to sell you down in Louisiana.
Or at least a semi.
Right? Create a 300,000 citizen army reserve? Jesus Christ. I thought they already had that in the form of just the citizenry that's armed. Him getting poked and prodded because he's sick. Yeah, it certainly looks like bruising from either somebody that's on some type of blood thinner, maybe. Or like you said, maybe because he's getting poked and prodded, maybe they're drawn from the back of the hand. You know what I mean? I have no idea. It ain't from fucking shaking hands. It's a bullshit excuse. And there's something wrong when the president can't go, yeah, it's just, you know what, I'm on blood thinners. I'm fucking old. I'm 80 years old or whatever. Or I'm getting IVs. It's okay to say you're getting old. But no, he can't. My hair is perfect. My skin's perfect. I'm perfect. I'm the perfect weight. I'm the perfect height. I'm the perfect everything. I know that that is the consensus, is that it is an IV drip that he needs regularly for medication to fight dementia. Uh, Grip, no, I don't. He was definitely not shot. Um, the father behind him in the crowd was shot. Shots were fired. Donald Trump was not shot. Was the whole thing staged? Don't know. Was it an actual attempt that the guy just didn't hit Trump and hit a guy behind him? Don't know. Don't I know somebody's dead? Shots were fired, but Donald Trump was not shot. I tend to lean the more I see of that incident that it was staged, and goddamn, that's just insane to me. Hey Tom, I run a bookstore. Is there a book you think I should put on the shelves? Mine. Where's your bookstore at? This little heater's doing the trick.
I'm so happy.
You have a book, Tom? Yeah, I have two. These are my two books. That's my first one, A Grateful Life. And Dearest Renee. Available in paperback or ebook formats. I'll make more money if you buy it in the paperback. What's up, Clyde?
The last three videos have no subtitles.
Because they haven't been over long enough. Let them be. You don't need to do them right now. They just came over.
No, they're from yesterday.
Love you.
Love you too, bud.
The one that just came over has video, or, subtitles. It is
My books, there. If you go to my page here on YouTube, there should be some links. There should be a link to my books directly, a link to my merch store. I also have t-shirts, hoodies, throw pillows, coffee mugs, shit like that. Link to my website. And if you get to my website, Old Hippie Media, then you have everything. You have my old blog postings. You have all of the newspaper or magazine articles I've appeared in. You have all of the podcasts that I was a guest on. You have my merch store. You have how to contact me, how to support me, how to book me on Cameo. Yeah, I do cameos. The videos. Like if you want me to congratulate somebody on a promotion, or getting engaged, or if you want me to send a video to somebody, or make a video that you send to somebody of me telling them that their favorite football team sucks, or You know, you want me to make a video telling your boss he's a jackass that you're going to send to him, then yeah, you can book me on Cameo to do that. Link on my website. Have I thought about running for mayor of my area? I would rather have a living snake shoved up my urethra than run for mayor of this fucking town.
I would like to shove it up your urethra if you want to consider that.
No, I love my town, but I will never, never, never run for mayor of this town. With all due respect to the people in my town, there are too many of them, the vocal ones. There are too many of them that are too fucking stupid to know what the fuck they're talking about. They blame the fucking mayor for everything. For shit. They blame the mayor for shit the park district does. It's a completely different, separate entity. And I would not be able to not tell people to shut the fuck up. My wife is spicy. She did say at the end of it if I wanted to run for mayor. Otherwise, you know, we're all good.
Otherwise, I'm happy with ours.
Right on, Ace. No, it's not what my area needs. So I served on, this is an example of what I'm talking about. I served on a 35-person steering committee that was made up of locals. So there was a couple of high school kids on this steering committee. There were a few retirees. I was one of those. There was business owners and religious folks and whatnot, what have you. 35 of us that made up this committee that worked with a firm that our local government hired to put together a 10-year plan. Every 10 years, you put together a plan. And it's a vision of what the town might look like. It's not a hard and fast, this is what we're going to do. So I was part of the committee that worked with that company. Worked with them for, I don't know what it was, a year and a half, 2 years. They finally we had 1 million pieces of outreach, 1 million open committees for the public to come in and be part of this. Very little input. Then it came time to ratify the new plan that was put together. And that's when people on Facebook started talking about it. Well, did you see what the village plan is? They're going to put a road behind your houses. They're going to put a park here. They want to put more industrial, right? They without knowing that this isn't how the town is going to be. It's just one vision. So on Facebook, they said, everybody, we're going to go to flood the meeting where they're going to approve it. And then I was asked, as somebody that was on that committee, if I would attend to maybe answer some questions about what the committee did. And so I'm standing there and I'm listening to people talk. And there was one woman in particular that was complaining. She was one of many people, but she was in the front row and she was complaining about how the village never communicates with its citizens. They don't ever tell us what's going on. It was like fucking talking to my father in the last few years of his life. Nobody ever tells me what's going on. And so I got up to the podium and I addressed this woman in particular. And I forget what the first one was, but it was like, well, it was put on the electronic sign by the village hall that these events were going to happen that you could be part of. I don't drive that way. Okay. It was we handed out tchotchkes at the festival. I don't go to the festival. They handed out flyers saying that this was going to happen at the National Night Out. I didn't go to the National Night Out. Okay, there was a notice put in your water bill. My water bill gets paid by my bank automatically. It was in this newspaper. Yeah, I don't watch that newspaper. No matter what way we said, hey, this is how we reached out to the village, to the people of the village to get them to come participate in this. She had a reason why it didn't, she didn't go that way. She didn't read that, whatever. And so then I said, well, luckily for you, and I rattled off all of these things, and those were all of her replies. And so I said, well, lucky for you, you don't have to worry about going anywhere or doing anything. You can sign up for free for the Shanahan Village email blast. And when things like this occur, they will email you, hey, this is what's going on. You want to be part of it? And she goes, I get too many emails as it is. And I looked at her and I went, then you're choosing to remain ignorant. I just rattled off a dozen different ways that we got the information in front of you, and you didn't go that way, read that paper, listen to that program, see that sign. So I said we could email it to you for free, and you still don't want the information. This isn't an us problem, it's a you problem. You're choosing to remain ignorant. I could say that because I wasn't a board member. If I was on the other side of the board in one of those chairs and said that, that probably would not have gone over very well. But I don't think that I couldn't say that to somebody if I was a board member. Hey, you know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't want to hear it, so don't bitch about it. Sit down and shut that fucking hole in your face. My zodiac sign, I'm a Taurus. Probably a reason why I couldn't be on a village board and why I couldn't look at somebody and say, shut up. Classy guy, got the vocabulary of a drunk donkey. Well, here's the deal, Big Red. If you don't like what I have to say, you can always fucking leave. I didn't recall engraving an invitation for you. Have I checked the P.O. box lately? It's been a few days.
I think it was Wednesday.
The platforms through DistroKid, my stage, closet culture because I'm the thing hiding in your closet. Are you worried that government will come after content creators? I think that if we ever get to that stage, it's going to be a few years down the road, but it could get to that stage. I think this whole thing blows up well before you ever get to that stage.
The answer is not as much as his wife is.
There you go. Love all your shorts. First time catching you live. Well, thank you very much, Paul. Oddly enough, that's what I hear the most of. I love the shorts that you put out there. For anybody that doesn't know, on YouTube, any video under 3 minutes is classified as a short. Any video over 3 minutes is classified as a video. I do far more videos than I do shorts. I put out 10 shorts a day. I put out 15 videos a day. Because that's where most of the revenue I generate comes from. My videos, 3 minutes or more. And I think that most of my 3 minute or more videos go between 3 and 5 minutes, with a handful going beyond 7, and a couple going beyond 9, none going beyond 10, other than archived lives. Tim Pool's brother did a drive-by at his house? Jesus fucking Christ. Whoa, I'm being underserved by the algorithm. I have over 12,000 videos on this app, and it's disproportionately way more long-form video than it is shorts. I put out 10 shorts every day at 9 a.m. in one batch, and then I have long form videos, 3 minutes or more, scheduled to go off at 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, and then 2:30, 3:30, 4, 4:30, 5, 5:30, 6, 6:30, and 7 every day. Christmas Day, that won't be the case. It'll just be a video wishing everybody a Merry Christmas. But my long form videos are where I get the most views and generate the most revenue from. How much do you generate on average a month? I can't. I don't talk about the money. I just give you a generalization and tell you that it is very, very good right now. Knock on wood. We'll see if it sustains. We've been doing it for about a year, and it's enough to live off of. Watch your long forms when I'm doing dishes or cleaning. Thank you. Thank you, Dark Star. Rachel, that's not going to happen. Gotta go. Take it easy, Sherry. I have never been part of a content creator meetup. Was thinking about doing one of those, what Oz does, if anybody wants to go on vacation with us, but I still have a young son at home. We do, that somebody would have to watch, and that would be a lot on either one of our other children or my mother-in-law. And especially considering we already take a vacation or two as a family or individually, my wife and I, a year. So there's already a trip or two in there a year. You know what I mean? Brooke, we've just had our differences. That's all. Love your videos. Thank you very much. Hawk's been on my podcast, and I've been on his. If you go back into my podcast videos here on YouTube, I did have 2 podcasts. The ones where I interviewed people and there was video to it, not just audio, are here on YouTube, archived on the Off Topic with Tom Powell album, all the way down at the bottom of the thousands of videos that are in that album right now. I did interviews. I interviewed Walter Masterson. I interviewed V from Under the Desk News. My wife, Pinky Patel, a NASA flight director, Joe from Unlearned 16, a Chicago historian, Rolling Blue, the parody songwriter, my barefoot neighbor, the guy from Louisiana, the cooking guy. And Hawk was one of them, I believe. Yes. Hospice nurse Julie was one of them. Yes. Lily is home for Christmas break. But she's back in the city for a few days because she has a few shifts she needs to work that are rather long. Jesse Dolanmore, I know. But there are all of those old videos of me interviewing people are still on YouTube. You can go back and check up on them. Yeah, I noticed that Virgil used the wrong "your" when calling me stupid. It's irony you can't write. Yeah, Hawk and I go back a little bit. I text with Hawk and his brother a little bit about social media content creation. Just bouncing ideas off of each other and shit like that. But yeah, we've collaborated. Well, we might collaborate again in the future. Yeah. Hawk just retired. So to the person that's asking how much can you make doing content creation, there's an indicator. Hawk was a 25-year a trial attorney, and he just retired to be a full-time content creator and bought the home of his dreams. You guys ever follow? There's a couple on the out east. was it out east or down south. Dalton ain't worried. Dalton and Sacco, big white guy with a beard, and his black wife, Dalton and Sacco. If you've ever followed their trajectory, look at how well they're doing financially as a result of content creation. Yeah, I don't even know if I could go all the way back. Hang on. Was I ever in Motley Crue? No, no, I was never in Motley Crue. Can I even get back in here? Let's see here. Come on, stop with the pop-ups. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to find this real quick. Okay, so I interviewed Chris Williams, who's a business expert, Barefoot Neighbor, Seth Coleman. He has a PhD in animal behavior. Um, oh, Dr. Jekyll and Miss Hyde. You know, I don't know. Maybe they do music content on TikTok. He looks like he's from Guns N' Roses, and they're always doing a lot of lives. Brett Cross, a gentleman who lost his son at the Uvalde shooting. Miss Guy, she's a remote school teacher who's taught in some interesting spots. Chicago movie tours, sandwiches of history. Um, Elmo, he's a retired longshoreman out in California. We talked about life as a longshoreman. Hang on, I'm loading up some more. Yes, Darwin on TikTok. Yes, Pinky Patel, Coach D. I don't know if you guys follow Coach D Speaks. My wife Renee, Hawk, Franco in the morning. He's a DJ. Choice Access Team. They are people in Michigan who protect women walking in and out of abortion clinics. They're the people that carry the big umbrellas and help women who are getting harassed by overtly religious people. Chicago urban historian Dilla. Dan Salinger. I don't know if you know Dan Salinger and his wife Danielle, who do content about taking care of Dan's father who lives with them, who's very old and has short-term memory loss. Joey Calico, the parody songwriter. Jess Piper from Missouri, the Dirt Road Democrat. V from Under the Desk News. NASA Flight Director TJ Creamer. The Amazing D. Nate Petrosky. The homesteader Nate Petrosky. Sorry, I'm trying to get to the bottom of this list here. I'm almost done here. Just got to load the last bit here. Walter Masterson, Cannon's Fodder. Hang on, sorry. Did that one. Did Joe from Unlearn 16 and Hospice Nurse Julie. So, all of those, I believe all except one, are in video format on my, me interviewing all of those people on my podcast, Off Topic with Don Powell. Those videos can be seen on my YouTube channel, in the Off Topic channel, all the way down at the bottom. Oh yeah, you're asking about, I interviewed those people. I have not interviewed Brando. I've been mutuals with him for a long time, but I have not interviewed him. Perhaps I could get him on the live. Perhaps. I have to practice doing a dual live with Renee so I can see how it works with a guest. So I gotta like fuck with the system and how you bring a guest in, and then maybe we can reach out to Brando and have him on. Maybe we can reach out to some of the people. Will Westmoreland. I actually did something with Will Westmoreland for him. I think it was his podcast or his show. But no, I had stopped doing my shows and hadn't gone back to them at the time that I had done that thing with Will Westmoreland. Yeah, Tennessee Brando. Like I said, we've been mutuals on TikTok for a hot minute. I've just not had him on the show. Well, maybe we can see about having him on a live. Especially after the holidays have passed, maybe my wife and I can figure out Renee and I could figure out the dual live over the holidays, and then as we're into the election year, we can start having some guests on to start talking about the upcoming election. You haven't heard the stupid Blue Jay lately? Well, number one, the window's been closed.
And number two, we don't talk about Blue Jays like that.
Number two, it is a stupid Blue Jay. Number three, it's been very, very cold, so they've been getting their food and getting the fuck back to wherever it is they call home quickly. Directly to politics, but she's very Robin Hood. He's a rich coach. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm actually going to need to have some lunch here pretty soon, or some kind of food in me. You hate birds? I don't mind the birds, just don't fucking squawk right outside the goddamn window. He's like 5 fucking feet, 10 feet outside the window, just squawking his fucking head off. And that's all that you pick up on the audio when you're trying to make content. William, hello? No, they're not hungry or pissed. They're telling everybody else that she put peanuts out. They're squawking while there's a whole fucking bowl of peanuts out there for them. It's like, just shut up and go get your fucking peanuts. That's all you got to do. We are constantly putting peanuts out for them. Just go eat. You got to celebrate the bounty. Well, geez, just celebrate it afterwards. Back at the nest, preferably in somebody else's yard. But now there are like 4 of them, 5 of them, that are hitting the fucking. She puts out the peanuts in the morning, and one comes down, hits it, and it leaves, and then another one hits it, it leaves, and then it's constant. It's like fucking O'Hare out there. Cool guitar, thank you. It probably does give them endless pleasure to annoy the fuck out of me while I'm trying to make a living. I'll tell you what, if we ever build a house, it is going to be situated in such a manner that my office is going to be tucked away somewhere, and I'm going to have fucking spare no expense on soundproofing.
I would sacrifice so much to soundproof your room.
Do you ever play the guitar? No, I do not know how. That's art to me. Tom, as an honorary Hoosier, what do you think of Indiana standing up to Trump? I'm very happy they did. I'm hoping that it is a blueprint for more Republicans to do the same. I don't want a dungeon necessarily. I still want my windows, but there isn't going to be a tree right outside my window. That's for sure. And wherever the birds do get fed is going to be around the other side of the house. The walls will be soundproof. I'm going to ask them for as much of a soundproof door as humanly possible, as much as soundproof windows as humanly possible. And yeah. And I'll tell you what else. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't give a shit if it's a useless thing or not. If we have the capability to do so, if we have the funds and the capability to do so, and we're building a house to our specifications, there's going to be a wrapping room. I want a room where I can leave all my wrapping shit out. Where it's just for wrapping, where I could wrap sitting down or standing up. Yeah, there's going to be a wrapping room. Did you honestly ask me if the Fish or the Grateful Dead were better? It's the Grateful Dead. Insulation is the best form of soundproofing. Build your house with the highest R value available. I don't play guitar, but I want my grandfather's wrapping or wrapping. No, we're Christmas wrapping, not like rapping. No, not. We're not busting out in Beastie Boys.
Well, don't forget it, we're not getting anything else.
No, definitely a wrapping room, to wrap presents. So, yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Yes, I'm a gangster rapper. Yes, a gangsta rapper. Um, I'm living the gangsta's paradise while rapping. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go wrap my fucking mouth around some goddamn lunch. So, thank you guys. I will talk soon.